Hi everybody, welcome to today's session. We're going to be running through contact management. So what I mean by that is creating contacts, managing your existing contacts, adding details to your contacts, and just the basics behind locating contacts in Prima as well. Liam will be on the live chat today, so if you've got any questions meanwhile or after the session, don't hesitate to throw a question into the chat there. So yeah, we'll get started. So in terms of contacts, so from the company area, you can either open up your company record and navigate through to your contacts, or you can open up a contacts grid, which will just have a list of your contacts. So what I'll do first of all, I'll just open up a company record and then navigate through to the contact that way. So a quickest way would be via the contacts, but for the training purposes, I'll just open up a test company. So if I just search for my test company, open the company record, okay. So once we're in the company record, you can see there we've got a list of contacts. So to create a new one or amend an existing one, what you do, so you double click on one of the contacts, and then from there, then you can amend any details for this existing contacts, or you can then create a new one as well. So we can see there, so within your contact straight away you've got a title. So for example, it may be Mr. Oliver Rolls, and then that'll then pull through to your full name. If I enter in my middle name, which is David, so if I just save that, so Control and S on my keyboard, I'll click save here, you can see there that that's then automatically populated this full name. So if there was a suffix such as junior or I don't know, senior or whatever it may be, so if I just enter in junior there, you can enter in a suffix as well. So the main purpose behind this is usually for the MailChimp integration and .mailer integration. So it's just giving you further options to enter in more details about your contacts. Okay, so nickname. At the moment, this is the display name in Prima. So it will be changed in an upcoming release. So it's going to be changed to, I think it's display name, or it might be yet to be decided, and it will also be put against the top here. So when you go to create a new contact, if I just click the new icon here to create a new contact, that then highlights this in yellow. So that's what's required for Prima. So nickname, the reason we've used nickname, quite a lot of the leading CRM packages use the term nickname within the system, so we was following suit by doing that. Obviously Prima users that have been using Prima previously have known the name as to be just contact name, and you didn't have all these further options. So in the recent release, we've put all these enhancements in for different first name, middle name, last name, suffix, etc., to give you further options in terms of what you can send out on MailChimp and .mailer and the information in Prima. But we are going to be changing it due to customer feedback. So the nickname is going to be called display name, and it'll be also at the top of the contact list as well, just to make it clear to you that that's what Prima uses as kind of what's on the reports and everything else. Okay. What you can also do, so if I just enter in there, I don't know, another Liverpool player, it's Ollie Rolls FC, on the spot, Philippe. Don't even know if I spelled that right, probably not. So save that, and then that's installed. So the Philippe will show on your sales order reports, sales invoice reports, and everything else. So that is the only required field in the contacts area in terms of setting up a contact. So if you didn't want to put in all the other information, you don't actually have to. Short nicknames, it could be Phil. Again, doesn't pull through to anywhere in Prima, but you can put it in and use it on your MailChimp and everything. Position, you can assign a position against the contact, so you can add in further positions. So we could have him as the MD, HR manager, etc. So that way then when you assign a position against your contact, what I'll come on to shortly is you can locate these particular positions. So it could be that you wanting to contact all the operations director within your database. By assigning Phil as the operations director here, when you come and do a search later on, you can find all these operations director and then perhaps do like a mailing campaign or something like that for this particular position. Otherwise, it can just be used for reference. You can assign them to a location code, so this is what pulls through at default with the contact, so whether it's the HQ location or the LFC location. Default medium, just for reference, this one it doesn't actually pull through anywhere, so whether they prefer to receive information via email, via phone, letter, etc. Primary contacts and financial contacts. So primary contact would be the default contact that pulls through and is the primary contact in terms of who's kind of the boss of this company, if you like. So you can mark them as a primary contact. Financial contact would be who receives the invoices. So if you were doing like a batch process or generating an email from within an invoice, this is the contact that pulls through at default. If, for example, you wanted multiple financial contacts, you can only have the one, but you can enter in multiple email addresses within here. So it could be the fact that, okay, well, I want oliver.rolls@primasoftware.co.uk to receive a copy of the invoice at the end of the month, but I also want support at to receive one. So you could then add in the little semicolons there and then put in the next email address, and that allows you then to send your invoices off to 2 contacts rather than 1. So it would be against 1 contact. So if you were sending them like a sales order report, you'd have to be careful not to send it to the support at one. But this is just a way to give you the option to send it to more than 1 email address as well. Okay, delivery notes. So you can enter in delivery notes into a contact, and then that'll pull through then to your dispatch notes. So if you put on deliver to the 2nd floor, and if it's something really specific like deliver to Phil's desk, blah 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 blah, you can enter that into the delivery notes section here. You've also got the options for notes and additional notes. So this doesn't actually pull through to anywhere in Prima, but it's just if you wanted to make any further notes against the contacts. Direct line, so that's what pulls through with the contact. So when I hover over Philippe here, you can see there's no phone, there's no email. So you can, when you're in a sales order, within an invoice, whatever it may be, and if the contact at the top there is Philippe, instead of having to hover over the location or go into the company and find out the number, you can hover over, see straight away, right, well that's the phone number in the email, and that is pulled through from here. So if I just enter in his direct line of that and the email address, so if I just save that, so that's why the email wasn't showing then. Oh, refresh it, and then that'll pull through like that. So that's how your phone and email shows up. So you've also got the option as business fax, mobile, and then these ones here, so website, work phone, and sales area, they all pull through from your location code. Right hand side, so you've got the address information. This is more personal information, so it doesn't actually go anywhere in Prima again, but it could be like it's home phone, home email. So this is more of a personal touch. Not really used, to be honest, by many customers that are using Prima, but it is an option for you there as well. Classifications, so you can see there one of ours is mailing list, so you can add a contact to a particular mailing list if you're using the classifications for that. Other examples of how the classifications may be used, it's just basically a way to classify your contacts or companies, whatever the classification is relating to, so then you can find it in a particular search. It may be that you use classification 1 for like a gold, bronze and silver scheme, maybe like your gold customers are who get the best discount. You want to find out the gold customers, you may have this classification 1 renamed to I don't know, scheme, and then the options of gold, bronze, or it could be, as this one is, golf club, solicitors, stationery company, so you can use it that way as well. So locating certain businesses as well, and contacts from businesses obviously. Okay, what you can do, also the option for the web access. So within here you can set them up online to use the Prima Go web store and do that, but we've already done a webinar on that, so Liam will be putting on a YouTube link to that specific webinar, so it's more in detail and it'll give you a step-by-step guide of how to set up contacts in certain ways for the web. So that's for the web store. Other contacts, so you can view the other contacts in the grid, so you can click on there, click into Ollie Rolls, that'll take you through to there, and you can link through that way. Otherwise, you can close out the contacts, refresh your company, so it's got the new contact in there, and you can view it that way. Okay, if I just close out the contacts, what I'll do now, so you can see there I've navigated through to the company, open the company record and view the contact that way. What you can also do is looking from the contacts grid. So if I go to contacts, internet's not the best in this meeting room. Okay, so within the contacts grid you can see there, right, okay, well I can search for a particular company. So if I'm looking for Ollie's company again, so just search for that, search in the grid, and then straight away you can see the contacts that are pulling through. So that's, you can see all the information in the grid who it's relating to, company names, telephone, email address, etc. Whether it's the primary contact, delivery info, classifications there, so classification 5, 6, etc. And just quite a lot of information within the grid. You can manipulate the data as well, so you can search on other stuff rather than company. So if I was looking for a certain name, I was looking for a certain position, or if you click on the coloured bar or the little arrows here, you can search on other stuff as well, such as you're looking for all the primary contacts because you're wanting to send them like you've moved address, or you do like a mailing list or something. You can do that. You can find all your contacts that aren't actually on the web yet and maybe do like a push on the web. So for example, you could do there, search for all your contacts that aren't on the web. That'll then pull through in a search, and then for example, if you're pushing your online ordering, you can then find, okay, well, Ollie Rolls from Ollie Rolls FC isn't set up online yet. Why is that? Let's try and push him towards ordering online. Other stuff as well, so you can search on sales area, business group, account managers, and other stuff as well. Within this extra search criteria as well, you've got the CRM query. We have done a webinar again on the CRM side of things, but I'll give you a brief view of that. So if you click on the CRM query, what you basically can do is locate contacts that match a certain spend pattern, or buying for a certain for the first time within so many days. So there's options within there, but again, Liam will put on the live chat there a link through to the CRM quick guide, so you can have a full demonstration of that on that webinar. So you can search on certain queries, certain addresses, town, or whatever it may be, to pull through a list in the grid. So see there, this is on the web now, and you can see all the information within the grid. What some customers tend to do, if they've got all the telephone or email information in the grid, you can highlight what you need to export. You can just not highlight anything, right click in the grid, and then you've got the option to export the data, so you can put it into an Excel and then do like a calling list or whatever, or print the grid. What's been changed recently is in terms of previously in Prima, we'd export the data for all the email information, and then we'd import it into MailChimp separately. Now with the new MailChimp and .mailer integration, you can do that directly from the contact grid manager as well. So I'll show you how to manage contacts in bulk, if you like. So rather than going into each contact, updating positions or location codes, whatever it may be, you can do it in bulk as well. So you could search for a particular company, again, whether it's a primary contact or not, if they're on the web or not. You can do all this information. I can also search on a certain spend pattern. So if you did a general search, if I just search for all my customers that are a financial contact, so that's going to pull through then all the records in. So there's 146 in this test database that are financial contacts. You can then go to the result tab, and then from there you can view the information and then say, right, okay, well, I don't want to update Andy and John London, so I'm going to remove them from the grid, but I want to change the rest of them. So then you go to the change tab, and then from here then you've got options. So you can add classifications, remove classifications from contacts individually, or you can do it in bulk via this grid. So you could say, right, well, I want to add all these contacts to be a golf club, or whatever it may be. You've got the option here to create a journal and assign to account manager. So it could be that you've done a search for people that aren't on the web store yet. You've put them into the grid. You come to this change tab, and then you may create a journal and assign it to your account managers for them to pop up on the tasks or your journals as known in Prima. So then they can go around and do a call round, or you can even send contacts to an address book, which links in with your MailChimp or your .mailer if that's set up. So you could send all these into a MailChimp address book and then do like a mail shot or some sort of special offer, Black Friday offer or something like that. You can also delete classifications. So this will delete the actual classification from all records and wouldn't be any longer available. So if you say, for example, you've created a golf club by accident, click on golf club and that'll just completely delete them from any contacts as well. On your right hand side, you've got options to update the position. So if they're going to be changing from the financial to be the receptionist or stationery buyer, whatever it may be, you can do that as well. Further options on your right hand side, such as marking them on the web, whether they can view contracts on the web store. So a few options there in terms of the web access tab as well. Okay, that's everything for today's session. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the live chat now. Me and Liam will be monitoring that. yeah, so if you're interested in one-to-one training, drop training@primasoftware.co.uk an email, and we'll come back to you as soon as possible. Okay, thank you for your time. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll hopefully see you all next week. Cheers.